If you're looking to break into data science and AI, or maybe you just want to stay way ahead of the curve in 2025, you have to know about the massive shift that's happening right now. We're about to unpack the powerful new Python tools that are completely changing the game, making everything simpler, faster, and honestly, way more accessible. Okay, let's dive in. So, let's just start with the big question that's probably on your mind. For a long, long time, the answer to this felt like a hard yes, The world of data science can feel like it's locked behind this giant wall of complicated code, which, let's be real, is pretty intimidating. But guess what? That whole story is changing, and it's changing fast. What's happening right now is nothing short of a revolution. A whole new wave of tools is popping up, and their entire goal is to tear down that coding barrier. This is making data science open to way more people than ever before, because it shifts the focus to what really matters, the insights, not just the syntax. And this slide really says it all. The old way? Ugh, it was a battle. Wrestling with complex code, spending endless hours manually analyzing everything. It was just so slow and time-consuming. But the new way? It's a complete game changer. We're talking low-code solutions, insights that are generated automatically, and the ability to build and test ideas at lightning speed. It's a fundamental shift in how we work. All right, so let's pop the hood and open up this new AI toolkit. We're going to walk through the essential packages that, frankly, should be in every modern data science workflow. Think of these as your new secret weapons for getting things done. First up is ydata-profiling, and I love this analogy. Think of it as an instant X-ray for your data. You know that first step in any project, the exploratory data analysis? It used to take hours, sometimes days, of painful manual coding. This tool just automates the entire thing, giving you a super detailed report with just one single line of code. It's incredible. And the process couldn't be easier. Seriously. You just feed it your data, you run one command to generate the report, and bam! You can immediately see all the critical issues, like missing values or strange outliers. It's a massive time saver, no matter what kind of data you're working with. Okay, so you've X-rayed your data. Now what? You have to act on it, right? And that's where PyCaret comes in. If ydata-profiling is your X-ray, then PyCaret is your Swiss Army knife for machine learning. It's this amazing low-code library that's built to automate the whole ML workflow from beginning to end. With just a few lines of code, I'm not kidding. You can pre-process all your data, have it automatically compare dozens of different models to find the best fit, and then deploy the top performer. This whole cycle, from messy data to a working model, can now happen in minutes instead of weeks. That speed is exactly why it's a favorite for rapid prototyping everywhere. Now, for the really big jobs, you bring out the heavy hitter, H2O. This is what we call enterprise-grade AutoML, or automated machine learning. And that means it doesn't just compare models, it helps build them from the ground up. It handles all the complex stuff like feature engineering and model tuning, and it absolutely shines when you're working with huge datasets. So how do you choose? Well, it really just comes down to your goal. If you need to prototype something fast, test an idea, you grab PyCaret. Its biggest strength is speed and simplicity. But if you're working on a massive, business-critical project, you need the scalability and raw power of H2O. Simple as that. But what about the patterns that are hiding beneath the surface, the ones that aren't so obvious? Well, that's Dython's specialty. This package is all about advanced correlation analysis. For instance, maybe your sales don't just go up in a straight line with ad spending. Maybe they hit a peak and then start to fall off. Dython is the tool that helps you uncover those crucial, nonlinear relationships. Okay, look at this number, 1 billion. Now, just for a second, imagine trying to process a data set with 1 billion rows on your laptop. What happens? It just dies, right? The fan screams and then everything freezes. Well, that's exactly how many rows of data you can analyze in seconds on a completely standard laptop. No, I'm serious. And that is the absolute magic of our next tool, Vaex. Its secret sauce is that it processes these enormous data sets out of memory. It cleverly streams and visualizes the data without ever trying to load the whole thing at once. This means you don't need some crazy supercomputer for big data anymore. And finally, once you've built a really great model, how do you make it perfect? That's where Optuna comes in. It's a hyperparameter optimizer. Just think of hyperparameters as all the little control knobs and settings on your model. Optuna's job is to automatically test thousands of combinations of those settings to find the absolute best one and squeeze out every last drop of performance. It's that final polish. So, knowing about these tools is one thing, but let's talk about what really matters. How does all this translate into an actual career? Well, the most amazing part is how these packages are throwing the doors wide open for people from all sorts of backgrounds. And I really want to pause on this quote from the source material because it's so important. No prior coding, no problem. Just let that sink in. This is the core message, the whole spirit of the low-code revolution. It's about empowering people who have expertise in their field, but maybe not a deep coding background. According to our source, this is exactly what programs like the Dallas Data Science Academy bootcamp are built around. They focus on teaching these exact packages through hands-on projects with one-on-one mentoring, and they even offer an IBM GenAI certificate to help people actually transition into new data roles in huge industries like tech, healthcare, and logistics. Feeling inspired? Good, because getting started is way more straightforward than you might think. Let's actually map out a clear path for your first steps into this new world of data science. Here's what your learning journey could look like. You start out as an explorer using data profiling to understand the terrain. Then you become an architect, prototyping models with PyCaret. As your ideas get bigger, you learn to scale with H2O and Vaex, you dig for hidden treasure with Dython, and finally, you polish your creation to perfection with Optuna. So we'll end with this. The tools are more powerful and easier to use than they have ever been. All those old barriers are coming down. The only real question left is a personal one for you. What problem are you going to solve first?